Hello everyone, my name's Steve. I'm just out for a walk here on a trail. I like to do what I call walk and talks with God because I love telling people that God talks to me and about how it's not a specific religion or anything like that. It's God gives people what they want. They want a belief system to help them. God helps them get it, to give purpose, because I don't think that life has a, people say, what's the purpose of life? And they say, just live your life. How about that? Try to, life is suffering. I'm sure a lot of religions say that, there's good things, bad things, all that. I kind of like to look under the hood. I go, what's under the hood of this thing, of life and God and what's going on? And so the way I see it is God supernaturally does things to, like they can, there was a guy, they said, don't talk about that guy. What should I talk about then? Myself and my own experiences. The mind interface, so people can see visions. I had a conversation with Joe Rogan, but they can also have me have a conversation with a therapist or a judge or whoever. Yeah, I just I love you. I say this is weird. They always say we're not doing anything, like everything just happens. Because I think they want me to take responsibility. That like God's not doing anything. People are doing it, and they need to be responsible. But that's a message for me. Usually I know. Let's see what. I went to a church last night, and they don't want me talking about that. They keep shutting me down. Say anything I want. And then I know this is weird. In my mind, they're saying, we'll approve it, we'll not approve it. I don't have control. Some people say, if they say, oh, those are just your own thoughts, I go, man, last September, they came in real strong. I think they're generating people's background thoughts. I call it the illusion of reality, but they say there's no illusion. It's just, we're just giving people what they want. So they want to have a normal life. They don't want God yammering down on them constantly all the time, telling them they suck. Because God says, you're basically not doing what you want. So, I don't know, because they said, do something that benefits you. That's what they tell me to do. There's little stuff, obviously, that benefits us, like getting some exercise, but they're more in terms of like getting a job, career. Hello, Burmer, how are you? They're not supposed to have dogs off leashes here, but no one cares. Hope you're having a great day. I love New York too. I've been out there a few times. Yeah, I do impressions and whatnot. So
there you go.
Have a great walk. Yeah, God helps me with impressions and juggling. Like, it's crazy how they... And I'd throw grapes up. I'm like, I can just catch a grape, something in my mouth. And they said, that's not really impressive. I go, it's more like a party trick. Get me to a party. Get me to a party. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really have friends, family, anything like that. So, and government's not helping other than like a small welfare check. But God says no one will care. So it's like I feel like we're all reaching out for something. Like that's kind of like life. We're all reaching out. We're all trying to get something. God's lessons are pretty simple. People want what they want. They like what they like. We don't know exactly why, because I don't know why I'm me. And I had just on the way over, I'm like, why does Elon Musk want to send rockets to space? Does anyone know? He just wants to do it. We don't really know why. Some people just like to talk. They like sports, whatever. God says all that stuff sucks. They said, yeah, yours might suck, your version of a sport, because I like to come up with different ways to do things. I call it better ways. They go, yeah, it's still kind of a waste of time, but see, I had some things to talk about. That's the way my memory works. Like, I was sitting there having these conversations, and then you get out here and you don't really know what to say. Other than, I can talk about some of my experiences. Yeah, I thought I was talking to deceased people at one point. Like, they would show up, but it's all God. Like, I had a dream with Bob Saget, where he was like, kind of like a father, like growing up, kind of like a father figure on TV. But when they show up, it's like I'm awake, and it's the mind interface. Well, yeah, I had a dream. Because I said in a previous video, I said this, I don't think my problems are undefeatable, but they gave me a dream about it. And it was a guy on a horse, and he's kind of like on a side of a hill, and this elephant comes charging in. And the elephant can't get up the hill, or it flips over and falls on its back. And that elephant gets, and they said, yeah, that's kind of like your problems. So they give me they say my dreams suck, though. They give me these dreams, and I ask for interpretations. That's kind of something out of the I went to church once, and they talked about that. I tried to tell the pastor there. I try to tell people about this, but it's like they don't care. And God says, yeah, no one's ever going to care. They don't care if you speak to God. They just want what they want. They want their show over there, or whatever that is. Because at first, when I felt like Jesus, and I felt like I had so much power, and I'd just go around places, and like Catholic, I went into a Catholic church, and they asked me to leave. Oh, so you're a Catholic priest now? That's what you're doing? And I said, would you kick Jesus out, or his apostles? That's how I felt. Like God was talking to me. I had all this power. They don't want me to talk too much. They said, sure, I can talk about Jesus. Okay. I think he was just a guy that God was helping. He wanted to serve God or something like that. And there's a lot of people like that. That one really caught on, though. They said no one really knows what happened. And when I listen to people, they usually don't talk too much about, when I went to, it was Celebrate Recovery. So they were talking about how God help them get over drug use or whatever, alcoholism, other weight problems. Yeah, so that's usually people just say, God, help me. Kind of like me. They're not too focused on what miracles, how do they happen. God doesn't really want to reveal that stuff to me. I thought they were giving me some information, like about, did 5,000 pigs get cast into the sea? And at one point they said it was the meat. But they can make it, people, so you can see, I could see blessings and curses. The curses were like this red aura coming off, and blessings were like a blue aura coming off. And but now I don't believe that. Like, well, I can feel them pressing on my back right now. So when I sit down, I'll feel they can move my hands. See, they started at first just pressing down on my bed. That's how it first started. And then moving my arm, I just move it up. They just hold that arm up like that. Then we started getting into dancing. They don't want me talking about that. They can put an energy on me. I don't know what it is. Like, they said you can talk about whatever you want. They just don't think this is benefiting me. But I just like to go out and talk about some stuff here. Oh yeah, let's talk about, let's see if they say. Okay, so Uri Geller was like a psychic medium or something. And in one of his shows, this was on TV, he said, I'm putting a thought in your head. And like, I knew what this number was or object. I just knew it. And now I think God's helping people do that. They're putting that in people's, it's God doing that. It's not a person. That's kind of the illusion, is that a person, because they said, if we gave you all these powers, people would just think you're God. And they don't want that. They want me to just be, hello, hi there. You're such a sweet little doggy. Yes, what a sweet little doggy. Hi. Keep going. Hello. Have a great day. Thank you. Yeah, most of the dogs are so well behaved out here that no one cares if they're on a leash or not. Yeah, and you know, they said having dogs is good. Hello, there he goes, there he goes. Here's your doggy running. There he goes. There he goes. Roar! He's finding it. He's gonna find out something. I don't know if there's an owner for that dog. Yeah, at one point I could see chakras. Like that's another belief system. And I was like, dogs have 108 chakras? It made no sense when I started looking into this. It was like psychic abilities. And I wrote down I would give them their gifts. But God said that's just there's no gifts. It's just, some people like things, they're good at things. God helps them do it. That's what I believe, so. Because there's no real explanation. Why can some people just do some things, like why they're great at something, even from an early age? Yeah, like I can't just do it. You can't just do it. I don't know why. I looked into people's chakras. It's kind of interesting. Because the people where I lived, like a lot of them had good heart chakras. That means they're loving. And I used to think psychic abilities were like an awakened third eye type of thing. I don't believe that anymore. Yeah, when I watched some, they're saying don't talk about that. It's stupid though. Yeah, they have on TikTok. There's a lot of live debates going on, and it's frustrating because like I can't join in, and a little tiny comment's not going to change anything. So. I guess that there's something in me that like wants to like, probably in a lot of people, there's a joke, someone's wrong on the internet type of thing. Like if you saw me say something that's just factually incorrect, someone would want to correct me. That's just how reality works. You know, we don't want people to be wrong about stuff. But then when it comes to these belief systems, God says there is no correct belief. So we're all trying to correct each other over stuff that I don't know if can be corrected. Because at first I wanted to know about these miracles going on. And back then I was talking to Mary, like Holy Mary. But now I think they were just kind of I don't know. They keep telling me that nobody knows for sure. Because I do believe that there's supernatural events. I just don't know to what degree they're occurring. Like definitely visions, definitely, because I've seen those. Definitely they can hear the voice of God telling them to do something. But I also thought like they're like, do not talk about that. yeah, there's people that said, oh, their dog, there's some guy who did bad stuff, we'll phrase it that way, and his dog told him to do the bad stuff. The dog was not telling him to do bad stuff. I think most people understand that, but he was totally convinced it was, because that's just how it works. Like they can just make it. I mentioned that some baseball player said like baseballs could talk to him, and I thought, yeah, I didn't understand it. That's the thing, I didn't understand at the time what was going on. Yeah, they on the way over, here's what I remember. They said, yeah, if you say this, people think you're crazy. It's like, before I went on Jeff Mara's podcast, yeah, it's like he was, I thought he was talking to me like his higher soul or something. Like it was. Now I realize it's just God posing as him, because they can make it seem convincing. Like I had a conversation with, what it's like to be on Joe Rogan's podcast. But I think that like each belief system kind of has its own rule set type of thing. So like remember Jesus, like, you have to fast to cast out these demons. See, it's almost like a game. Like, these demons real, it was they showed me a vision of what it would look like, in my mind of what the casting, I think I mentioned that, casting out the angels out of heaven. I'm like, this is something that like Hollywood could make, but I think AI is getting to that point where they can probably just render this. That's another thing they say, you never know about the future. About, like AI is obviously going to change things. Changing things. Like, I mean, how long ago could you say, yeah, people could just go out and do this, record themselves, put this online? I'm at 17 minutes. I feel like I haven't said much. Other than God has these conversations with me about how, they can't make me do things. Hello, miss.
Hi.
Hope you're having a great day.
Yeah,
and have a great walk out there. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I do love people. Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about behind the scenes. Like, yeah, people can't see my problems, what they are, but God says, yeah, most problems are like that. You can't, like, they can't tell if my teeth are hurting, or if I'm getting eye strain, or if I got relationship. Maybe, if they're friends or family, maybe they'd find out. But, yeah, and it's not just money. It's like, let's say I had lots of money. It's like, it's also like people that want to solve things. And that's why I had a saying about carrying resources or power to make things better. Yeah. So I don't know the solution, other than maybe there is no solution. Maybe it's just endure it for no real reason. Just because we all cling to life. We all want what we want in life. We're all just gonna cling on until it's up. But they said they said there's no death. People just live. We never really know what's going on out there, but at one point I thought I was going to hell, purgatory. There's a game world, some kind of, the game world was like Adam and Eve, gender swap game world we were in, and that everyone took roles, and archangels were more like guards. Jesus was, and the whole point of this game was that these oversouls get into games, and they usually just win them real quick, one way or the other. But they said, oh, this one's going on for billions of years, and there was all these different phases to the game, and it was convincing to me. And then they would even tell me, yeah, like he was in a game, his game sucked. Yeah, it's like, wow. Like, and it was all convincing. Yeah, Adam and Eve were, I think I mentioned this last video, but it was like an experiment to see if the creation would turn on the creator. That was, and sure enough, eventually they created like some dinosaurs that had magical powers and turned on the creator, creators. But that's because you always wonder, how can people believe things that you think are absurd? It's like, well, they just believe them. That's what God says. It's convincing to them. But they said no one's convinced. So I think if you got really rigorous, you could find holes in pretty much any belief system. It's like, is that the way? Because they always have that out, well, we don't know why God would do it that way, kind of thing. That's just God's way. No, it's just a belief system. That's what it is. I don't know. Yeah, they said it's better to have a belief system that, benefits people. Gives them hope and meaning and all that stuff. So. There's a squirrel. Get him, folks. Here he goes. Mr. Squirrels. Get him. He's got me by the nuts. Yeah, well, they're saying, talk for a little bit more, darling. A little bit more. Yeah, so, oh, I don't know. That's the thing. I wish things were easier in life. Things worked out. I don't know what, and they say, keep wishing. That's what they say. Because I felt overwhelmed, and like I don't put in the effort. I always think life is kind of a paradox or irony or whatever, because it's like some people are out, doing what they want. Other people are just sitting around suffering like me. And I'm smart, I'm talented. Very talented, darling. Very talented, very. Some people even say nice looking. That's kind of. Let's go for the runner's high. You wouldn't want to fall down there. That would be not good, folks. I want to, yeah, maybe I'm doing that one too much, but. Yeah, I like to make videos, but they say they're not, how are they benefiting you? That's what they say. Get out, get a job, do something, They just want me. Oh, but I say it's too hard. That's what I usually say. Like, I could do all this stuff. That's the problem. But I feel overwhelmed. That's how I say it. Like, before that was wrecked, it's like, I felt like I could do a lot more. And there was like this excitement, looking forward to things. And then, yeah, there's been no excitement. And then if I go somewhere, God says, do you want to go there? And I go, no. But it's like more like something to do. And they go, well, you could just get a job or something. It's just something that, yeah. I don't know what else to say about that other than I wish things were working out, wish people helped me, the people that should be helping. How about that? The doctors, family, those people. People that, this is what God said, they should just be, nice to you, people that you don't know. They're not my family or anything like that. But I also like to tell them to have a nice day, things work out, I hope things work out for them. We can't always get what you want, but if you call on God, He gets what you need. Yeah, that's why I think God just is, helping people. They're not hiding. They're hiding behind the bush. There they are. We found him. He's hiding down there. That's how I feel about it. The people say, you know, where's God? You know, and then God says, yeah, well, what are we gonna do? A rant? We've tried to help them. And they say, well, I've had these experiences, and they go, but now I realize it was just my brain doing it. It's like God doesn't care if they believe or not, but they'd say, well, it might help you if you did, but that's how they usually. That's what they think, that there's this loving, caring God somewhere that just wants to get a hold of them. God's inside of you. God's around you. It's here. It's there. It's everywhere. It's helping you talk, helping you speak, helping you breathe. You know, all that. Helping you find out. There's a problem where it's like you find what confirms your beliefs. Yeah, and that's God just helps people find what they want to find. See how that works? You know, if they want to find a date, it helps them find a date. They might not say this. They might say it's not a good idea, but find a bad substance or whatever. But they definitely say this is not helping you. That's what. But they also, it's weird. They don't. It's hard to, we put it in human terms because they say God's not doing anything. People are doing things. So we are 26 minutes into this, and I haven't really said much. So I'll just say one more thing. I love you all. You're all blessed to me. So have a great day.